Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy P-Lot, aka the Brick Slinger, and guess what? Your boy got something to say. Now, I know everybody is still talking about this whole situation at the U.S. Capitol with a army-sized group of Trump supporters coming in and just straight up raiding the U.S. Capitol. And I know a lot of people probably saying, well, this is not a grub. This is not a a protest. This is a riot at its best, and some may even disagree and say this is the protest. Um, and I know a group of people that's like myself has already said this or even asked this question. If it was a group of black people, like in that amount of people, amount of amount of numbers, will they get the same results? Will it be different results? Will it kill us and all that stuff? Then I come to an understanding that this whole situation with the U.S. Capitol after the election and after this coronavirus and this, that, and the third, it's like as of this point, nothing is 100% secure, safe. This whole thing that's going on with Trump administration and getting ready for the Biden administration. I know a lot of black folks is like, look, that got nothing to do with us. They have nothing to do with us. They out of this, that, and the third. And I agree to a degree that have nothing to do with us. Even I go further and say, look, Christians, if you don't agree with what's going on and what's popping off, that also have nothing to do with you either. And I know some may agree to a degree or even agree to disagree or even full-fledged disagree with that statement. However, I will say as Americans, this has everything to do with us. As Americans, whether you want to come, no matter if you're African American, Caucasian American, Italian American, Asian American, whatever kind of American you are, if you're born and raised and live in America, that situation at the U.S. Capitol deals with all of us. Because now the question is, now what? After what happened at the U.S. Capitol with all these people, these Trump supporters that came out the woodworks with their guns and even they whole situation, whatever the case may be, like, I wouldn't say I don't know the details of what happened, but I do know what happened based on, what's going on. Because a lot of people will, including myself, will say, man, this wouldn't happen if it was happen on the Black Lives Matter type of march or anything to deal with black people kind of march. Because when DC had had them type of march, they would have people, at least the government would have, people with guns ready and willing just in case it pop off. However, January 6th popped off. And unfortunately, we see all the officers in many levels unable to successfully keep things peaceful, or they didn't police the situation. This has a lot to do with us as Americans. Black folks don't need to get involved And Christians don't need to support that or roll with that. However, as Americans, it deals with us. Because we got to deal with we still got to deal with Trump, still as president until the 20th. And at the same time, we still got to, we trying to get our mind prepared. We're still trying to get our minds prepared for a new administration with Biden and Harris. Getting to top it all off, we're still dealing with coronavirus. And now we got this vaccine out here out of the woodworks. And I know a lot of us are skeptical, but yet here comes this situation at the U.S. Capitol. So at this point, it's like, what is their next move? Because now a situation has been occur, and and nobody really expected it to go this far, even when folks knew it was going to happen. Folks knew this was going to happen. It happened, and it's like, wow. And it went this far, to the point where offices was destroyed. You know what I'm saying? The big room where people make the decisions at was destroyed. So what's next for the U.S. Capitol? It's like, what's the next move for Trump once this is over? Or what's the next move when Biden becomes official president? What's going to happen now with the U.S. Capitol? Because whether folks realize it or not, this is a capital crime. This is a federal crime. Like, this was supposed to be at least the second secured building on this country. And that has been, unfortunately, violated. Only thing I can say, as a black Christian man, don't think for 2 seconds, just because you're black and it's had nothing to do with you, this has everything to do with you as long as you're an American. Point blank. Because you and I as black people, we do not know what they're going to do now that this has happened. And even though it was a group of white folks, even the majority of it is white folks, all of them, whatever the case may be, it still affects us as Americans, because you never know what their next move is. And as Christians, we definitely need to get it right, because we see what the world is doing. We see that was a world action. We see that was a flesh move. This is definitely not kingdom approved. So anybody that call themselves Christian yet support the idea of people doing this crazy stuff on a government land, where they could have easily, every last one of them could have been taken down. Like, this is showing us, like, even though we, as Christians, we're supposed to respect authority and those who are in the position of power. And if any Christian that supports that, it's like, what kind of Christian are you for real? And I know I'm going to probably get a lot of backlash for these statements, but let's keep it a buck. Not everybody 100% agree with what happened. And as much as I want us to be like, hey, we need to, black folks, we need to do this. Christians, we need to do this. We need to don't do this and don't do that. It don't change the fact that as Americans, this is going to affect us in the near future. We don't know when, we don't know how or what's their next move, but we do know because of what happened, we need to be ready for whatever the case may be. As black people and as Christians. If you black, understand what I'm saying. It may not have nothing to do with you, but this has everything to do with you. Christians, it may not have, you may not approve of what happened, but at the same time, it also affect you too. So when it's all said and done, we, like I said, we need to be ready and prepared for whatever. As Christians, we need to be, matter of fact, as Americans, we need to be ready for whatever, because who knows what can happen. Our freedom can be taken away. Our liberty can be taken away. Our independency will be taken away. We don't know what's going to happen, but we do know something is going to happen. Until that day comes, we need to stay informed, stay ready, and be, most importantly, stay holy. Because this world is definitely is about to do exactly what the Bible said it's going to do. And the question remains, will you be ready? But that's all I'm going to have to say about this whole situation, man. As always, man, keep sharpening one another. I mean, if anything, if there's something I need to know that I probably missed out, please let me know on the comment board. If you agree, let me know. If you disagree, let me know. But please be respectful. But as always, keep sharpening one another. Support the kingdom. Take care and God bless. Laborers.